welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. It is Wednesday, and we have a fun-filled show for you today. And you know what? Let's start that show right after this. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody I'd rather waste time with than you. All right. I hope everybody is doing okay. I think they call this hump day. I think that's the term, hump day. I just call it Wednesday. Anyway, speaking of Wednesday, Wednesday 13 is out on the road. I'm not sure where he's at tonight, but he texted me his tour bus dressing room, and this looks nice. You know, I have issues with traveling and panic disorder and other issues, and but he's got a big room. If you're going to be in a band, you want the band to be named after you, because you could get better few perks, as they say. But anyway, he is on the road, and next Wednesday will be his birthday, and unfortunately his birthday is the 12th, not the 13th. He missed it by that much, but close nonetheless. So anyway, he'll be returning sometime in the future. He's going to have a busy year. Maybe we'll do the Where in the World this Wednesday 13 segment. And Sean Clark, also busy, busy, busy. This is the busy season in the world of conventions, and so he was unable to come on today. But fear not, my buddy Jason is here, and he has the common interest that most of us watching have. I'm going to say hello to a few people before we bring Jason in. Let's see who is here. Clint Stroke. I always thought it was Clint Stroke, but what the hell did I know? Clint Stroke, hey ho, let's go. You're the first one here, first one to leave. Thank you so much. And yes, and look at this, a new channel member. That's Andrew Thomas, 91. Andrew, welcome aboard. If you're new here, consider becoming a channel member, watching all the videos early. This morning I put out a cool piece about Steve Clark of Def Leppard. Try to do more of these biographical pieces. I think people have really been enjoying them. And so also new cemetery videos. Some people think it's a little morbid. Some people like it. Some people don't. But it's something that I've always been interested in. Only a few things are guaranteed in life, and one is that you're going to die. And I've always been fascinated with what becomes and what's where, and those type of things. So as far as those cemetery videos, Friday, my trip to Nashville. This is an interesting one, more for country music fans. I visit the grave of Tammy Wynette, one of the biggest country singers of all time, and she's probably best known for the song "Stand By Your Man." But despite the title, she was married 5 times, but really crazy stuff in her life. And then Jerry Reed, amazing musician, but to me, the Snowman and Smokey and the Bandit. So that's coming up on Friday. And if you want to watch it early, because I'm going to release it tonight to channel members, then come on in. Here is Tricks Disvisuals. Tricks Disvisuals. You think I'd get that right? Nice to see you. And David Anaya, thank you. Hello, hello. Been a channel member for a long time. I'm going to read those channel members off soon. Some people are like 4 years. Much appreciated. Jenny F1011. Jenny from the block. Hey ho, let's go. Jenny, thank you for being a channel member. And let's see. And there is Connie. And Teenage Zombie. Oh my God, they ate him. They effing ate Wednesday. That's more than Wednesday would eat. I will tell you that much. Down is up. Jeff, good to see you. What's up, everyone? Nice to see you. And glad we have so many people. This is like roll call reporting. Ned and Coco Speed Shop, also been a channel member for quite some time. It is appreciated. Hi, everyone. This is, there's a creative way to say Caligula, but I think it's Caligula. That's a good one. What tour is your ghost shirt from? This is not an actual tour shirt, but this is the Frankenstein model. So that's Frankenstein Ghost, Tobias. It's about 5 years old, but I don't think it was a particular tour. All right, say hello to everyone. Brian Kirk, Brian, you're right up there on the record, and thank you so much for supporting the channel and for being here. And we're gonna have a good time. Um, good about that was a good about Steve Clark. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making those videos because I learned while making them. Jason, thank you so much for being a channel member. I'm glad you enjoy the cemetery videos as well. A green-eyed girl, thank you. Also, channel member. Everybody's out tonight. Happy Wednesday. All Jason's content is awesome. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you, brother. Yes, thank you so much for saying that. That's the R&R Swami. A monster. Monster. Good day to all. I saw Spider-Man. Was really good. You know, does the ITZ stand for Isaac Taylor and Zach of the legendary heavy metal band Hanson? Maybe not. I was thinking about seeing the Spider-Man movie. I've seen all of them. Usually I see them on planes and things when I have some time. Gabriel Mason, love the cemetery videos. I've been exploring cemeteries for decades. If you're ever in San Diego, I can give you a tour. I used to work at one of the biggest ones here. Yeah, absolutely. I have a list, and I'm checking it twice of places to visit. Uncle Salty, time to waste some time. Good evening. Wednesday is on fire. Going to be a busy year for him. I will tell you a little bit about that real quick. You know, Wednesday has all these big things happening, and I will know about it, but we can't talk about it until it's officially announced. But it has come out now that Wednesday will be singing for John Five. So John Five has his band, John Five and the Creatures, and it's always been instrumental. I think all instrumental. I've seen it before. You know, John Five does a great show, and he's into the same things we are, collecting toys and mostly Kiss and spookiness and Motley Crue, to my knowledge, is going to do this tour and maybe take a break. I don't know, but he's going to have some time, and next year they're going to hit the festival circuit, and Wednesday is going to sing songs that were part of John Five's career, including Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, and even David Lee Roth. Imagine that. So it's going to be big. Anything that helps support Wednesday, I'm into. He's still got another announcement or two up his sleeve, but you're going to want to see him. This is Victor. Found out about your channel because of Sean Clark. I'm a big fan now. Thank you, Victor. That's nice of you. I appreciate Sean's audience watching here, and those of you who don't know Sean, check out his channel as well. We've got a little bit of a community going on here, and yes, there is the new heard something about Wednesday working with John Five on a new project. Yes, I guess I just talked about it, but that is it. I thought you were going to say he was going to see Hanson. Well, you never know, right? You never know. Hope Wednesday and John Five play some dates here in America. I think they would. I don't know really anything for sure. Wednesday's going to kill it. What a great combo. John Five rocks. Listen, I think it's great for both of them. I think John Five can benefit from having some songs, sung, and I think Wednesday can benefit from that. Showing people that he does more than just the Wednesday 13 and the Murder Dolls music. John Five, yes, he played at what was Rob Halford's band. Two actually saw that tour. Yeah, that's right. Look, he's done a lot. Maybe he'll sing a Rob Halford song. I don't know. Anyway, let me bring in my co-host for the night, all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio. Here is Jason. How are you, Jason?
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join me. I'm going to give people a refresher course. Now, I met you somewhere in my travels, and you and your twin brother Jack. Hard to believe there's two of you out there in this world. And um, I had to ask you how old you are again before we started. You're now 23, which I wrote a song called 23. It's on my album, Cincy Rejects, Death of a Nation, available on Spotify, which means I don't get paid for it, and I'm okay with that. Um, but you did. It sounds cliche when you say someone's an old soul, but there is no soul older than yours, and it's incredible the amount of knowledge you have on pop culture and music. And one of the things that we talked about on the show before, because you have been on, is that your father was a collector. So the sickness was passed down to you. Your dad collects, specialized in Cincinnati Reds memorabilia, but he did other things as well. And he worked, was he the editor or a columnist for Autograph Magazine?
Mostly columns. Yeah,
Hmm.
for Autograph Magazine for about 3 years. So he did that the whole
Yes.
time I was growing up. It
Yeah. And
was
so what's crazy is when I talk to you the same as I talk to my geriatric friends. There's no reference that you don't know. And what's funny is, so we're both get into collecting and we send each other pictures of things that we've acquired, and and it's nothing that's really past 1985 in most cases, if even
exactly.
that. And when we did an expose on Bon Jovi, and I kind of thought more people would have watched it. It got 10,000 or so views. But what happened in this autograph business world is that a lot of artists have started using auto pens and facsimile autographs as a cop out. They pre-sell CDs, and one of the reasons that people do this is that they want to chart. And the only way your record's going to chart is if you sell physical media to people who normally wouldn't buy it, and that's by putting an autograph on it. And listen, a lot of people buy them up and put them on eBay, things like that. But at least it should be an authentic signature, especially when you're claiming it's hand signed. I've learned that people never want to dislike their heroes, and Bon Jovi has a lot of fans, and people didn't want to admit it. Jason, you put together a detailed research piece where you showed the different signatures that were out there. They looked like there was a four or five.
Yeah, I think there was like five of them. It's just
Hmm.
copy paste over and over.
And they were, but they were, one thing they had in common is they were all fake. And I urged people to return them. I returned mine. I urged myself, but I returned mine. And that was when we first really started getting into the autograph discussions.
Sure.
I said, when the time is right, you're going to come back and we're going to talk about memorabilia, collectibles, and the audience can be part of this. And I noticed that you have a Tom Atkins signed pumpkin behind you and a
Yep.
skeleton. Did
And the
you have the full
skeleton.
set? Is the witch signed too?
No, we're getting
Mhm.
there. Well, maybe we'll get there, but
Let's hope.
next year is the year.
Yeah, let's hope. I mean, look, Tom Atkins is tough, boy. That guy keeps kicking around.
Every
Uh,
time you think it's going to be his last show, and he pops up the next year. So I got to hold out.
yes. One of the things that you said that I like is because you're acquiring vintage collectibles, a lot of the fans of these things are starting to die. That's sad, but true. And so, as I'm watching, I did a signing with an actress named Virginia Mayo, legendary actress. I can't give these autographs away. People used to say, if they're old, they're going to die and it's going to be worth money. But as you know, that theory is not always true.
That's where we're at now. It's like I saw on Instagram this week a girl. She only collects vaudeville, and she's loving it because she's 25, and she's the only person that cares. And we're
Hmm.
kind of getting to this era where maybe 60 years from now, I'll have the world's biggest Lone Ranger collection, and that's okay. But I
Well,
always say everything becomes howdy doody at some point.
yes. Well, Howdy Doody is a great example. So I used to go to this licensing convention, and there was a guy named Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bob? Maybe he's Bob. Buffalo
Oh,
Bill's the guy in Silence of the Lambs, so he would be Buffalo Bob.
yes.
And he had a puppet named Howdy Doody, and it was a big TV show in my father's age. My mother. My parents are in their hundreds now. No, just kidding. I'm fortunate they're alive. But Howdy Doody is before my time. But I was much like you. I liked things that came before me. I liked the history of older things and was always fascinated by why people watch certain things. And it just seems so, it seemed like easier times. So I met Buffalo Bob Clarence, I think, or something. I don't know what I'm saying. I just woke up. Maybe Clarence was Clarabelle the Clown. I think that was his sidekick. You're more of an expert than me.
I can't say I am on this one.
So I had him sign a bunch of things, and Lloyd Kaufman of Troma, where I used to work, he was a big fan, so I got him an autograph, and I had and I have a bunch of myself, and I said one day these are going to be worth a fortune. I'm going to retire on Buffalo Bob and Howdy Doody. And what I learned is, as Buffalo Bob died, so did his fans, and so some fans become too old to collect. They just, what's the point? Why am I going to start a Howdy Doody collection now when I'm 6 feet away from the earth? And then there's other people who are just no longer here, and so it's up to the youth, that's you, to find these strange things to collect, and they're probably more affordable because nobody knows what the hell it is.
Yep. I collect a lot of autographs, but I also do vinyl. I work in records, I work in music. That's kind of my thing. And recently I acquired this piece. I was talking to Frank and Punky from Angel, and they said that only 3 cases of these were produced. This is the album Sinful, but this is actually Bad Publicity. It's the original title, the original sleeve. Just this record alone goes for like $2,000.
It's
And
crazy.
will it go for $2,000 15 years from now, 20 years from now? I don't think so. But it's things like this. It's still rare. It's still unique. It's still hard to find. But what's the demand? I'll buy it, but I don't know if everyone else will.
You could do a stock report type thing on the show where you talk about when it's time to sell. If Punky Meadows isn't around much longer, hopefully he'll be around but that would be time to sell. Anyway, so we've talked about this a lot, and I have an extensive collection of Lone Ranger autographs that I'll have to will to you when you will be the only person left to even know what it is. I mean, it is crazy to think about the things that were once massive that are dying down. In the world of celebrity, only so many celebrities continue to reinvent themselves. You have your Madonna types and, at one point, Michael Jackson, David Bowie, these kind of people just kept staying famous. And even in death, they stay famous. But
Yep.
then there's other people that, could Olivia Rodrigo end up on Broadway? I mean,
I think so. Cultural relevancy is it's so important. And I don't know, will we see Sabrina Carpenter doing conventions in 15, 20 years?
that's
I
the
don't
big
think so.
question.
But maybe 30 years, yes. She'll be hanging out with Tiffany.
What's interesting about what you just said is, so I used to go to the original Hollywood show at the Beverly Garland, and in Burbank, or yeah, somewhere around Studio City, and we would think, who's going to do these conventions when all these old people pass away? Because it was old legends, and they started to pass, and then guys like Val Kilmer started coming in, and you
Yeah.
go, who would have thought he would be at a convention? Now he's passed as well. And then the question was, will people like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, people who were movie stars in the 80s and 90s, will they end up in conventions? And the answer is they sort of have, but in more higher priced things. They're not just sitting at your local convention. But we've also learned, and Sean Clark can testify, anybody can be at a convention at this point. It doesn't seem like money is the biggest issue. What I'm saying is, if you're rich, being rich doesn't seem to keep people from signing autographs. I would think Jake Gyllenhaal has got plenty of dough, but he's doing conventions. I mean, everybody seems to be doing it. Michael Douglas is making his first convention appearance. Kurt Russell is making his
Crazy.
first convention appearance. So it seems like anybody could do it. It could pop up at a signing. I mean, you would think that some of these people, Gene Simmons of Kiss, you would think that he doesn't need any more money. And he doesn't make that big a fortune to do these conventions, not compared to what he's worth, but some people like to get out and mingle, and it keeps them young, and they like, Ozzy. Well, Sean represented Ozzy. He said Ozzy liked, because he couldn't get on stage, he liked having fans tell him that they appreciated him and things like that. And I guess any money is good money. Put it away. Celebrities have a certain cost of living. But the idea is that anybody could be at a convention. But then the problem becomes, well, what do they charge? And how do you determine who is worth what? And a lot of people, Sean Clark says, they blame the convention for setting the price, and then this convention will blame the celebrity for setting the price. And look, at the end of the day, the celebrity does set the price. Now, an agent can suggest a price. And, Sean's even said sometimes the celebrity will see another celebrity and then they want to charge more. Well, if he's charging this, I want to charge that. I always thought it was better to keep your price where people could buy a few things rather than go, well, I can only afford one signature if you're charging $80, $100, $300. Mel Gibson is doing conventions. I mean, could he need the $350 per signature? Now, a lot of those celebrities get a flat fee, and it could be a lot. And that's why the prices are so high as they get passed down to people. But so some people are unreasonable. And I want to start talking about Bill Moseley. Now, Wednesday is definitely friends with Bill Moseley, no question. And Sean probably is too. I'm not. Not that I have anything against Bill Moseley, but I think his price listing is absolutely ridiculous. And I saw this the other day, and I want to bring this up. Okay. Now, you guys tell me, the audience watching at home, you're part of this discussion. For those of you who are wondering who Bill Moseley even is, he was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. He's Chop Top, right?
Yeah,
And look at that. That's a cool piece.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I like it. A lot of those people are going to be in Vegas for a convention soon. And he also is in The Devil's Rejects and A House of a Thousand Corpses, amongst other things. Anyway, let's take a look at what first of all, what do you think a Bill Moseley autograph should cost, Jason?
50. I think
Tops.
it's fair at 50. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I think 40, but I think, okay, he has the little horror thing, maybe 50. I think anything above that
Yeah.
is too much. Let's see what the survey says. Okay. A signed 8x10 from his table is $60. So that means any generic 8x10 he has, $60. Now, if you'd like to throw a photo with Bill Moseley in there, he'll throw on $20 and it'll make it $80. Now, personally, I think that photo should be free with purchase. What do you think?
Agree. Yep.
Yeah. And Sean's
20
guests,
years ago, photos were included. Like
yes.
that. This is a relatively new thing. The photo add-on.
A lot of Sean's guests do the one price and the photo is included. Now, I understand if you want a selfie only, because there are some people who only collect photos with people. And if that's the case, then yes, you should charge something. But a selfie should be $20. Okay, maybe 40 on some people, but you can't sell it. The idea of the autograph is that they're trying to control the value, and people can resell it. It looks like they're trying to take away any value on the resale market. Okay, I suppose. But so If you bought a selfie and an 8x10 from his table, that would have been $100. But Bill's being generous and taking 20 off for you. Uh, if anything, he's generous. Now, if you want to add on a selfie with any purchase, that's $20, which he's already said. I think these price lists are terrible. It's too much to read. I can't sit there. People my age can't sit there reading signs at a distance. And the last thing you want to do is go up to a celebrity and not know what you're in for, right, Jason?
Yep, I did it with Carol Burnett at Steel City Con in Pittsburgh. I budgeted. I assumed she was a higher end, maybe a 70, an 80. She was
Was it
110. I think it
was
was
it Carol
110.
Burnett or Vicki Lawrence?
It was Vicki Lawrence. It was Vicki
Okay, now I
Lawrence.
got it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it was. And it was
yeah.
insane. I mean, again, it's one of those things like I had 3 or 4 pieces I need done, but I only got one. Just priced herself out. And then later, eventually, she started correcting those prices. And now I think you can get her for what, like 60, 70?
There's been a lot of price correction when people realize they're overcharging. Okay, now if you want to get a premium item signed, that's going to be 80. This is a bunch of horseshit too. So if you want him on an action figure or a toy or a doll or a mask or a movie prop or a vintage poster or a promo or a vintage item or a laser disc, etc., it's going to be $20 more. This is total nonsense. When the autograph convention world began, it was cheaper on your own item because they didn't have
Yep.
to make anything. Before it was they're charging you for the 8x10. So they would, if he's charging 60, it should be 50 on your item or 40 on your item because you're not taking anything except a signature that has absolutely no resale value. So I'm against this premium thing. It's just stupid. Why a toy? Well, that's more. Well, it's signature is a signature. It should be one price to rule them all. Now, here's the other one. Funko Pop, which, by the way, the Funko Pop is separate from the regular premiums, even though it's the same price. Not a lot of thought went into the sign. You could have just added that. Funko Pop, $80. And then people will go, well, Funkos are worth more. I don't know about that. Funko is a dying industry. And
Hmm.
I don't think you're going to get more on a Funko. Sure, there's Funko collectors, but there's thousands and thousands of Funkos, and I don't get it. Now, if I didn't get that, I certainly don't get $50 for the Cornbugs CD. I don't even know what a Cornbug CD is, do
No,
you?
I have no clue.
And apparently it's $50. I mean, what about a head plate? Do you know what a head plate is?
Oh yeah, he sells those bagged. He does like a silicone chop top replica of the plate on his head,
Oh,
and
okay.
he'll sign them in paint pen for $80. So I don't know. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's where we're at. But I don't get the VHS thing. Everyone's getting VHS signed now.
It's
They're so
big.
small. It's just not. And for 200, I'm out.
Yeah, well, a DVD is 60. Now, if you're paying attention, the he should just charge 60. DVD should go in the same price as the selfie. Your item signed 60. I mean, I'm assuming he's providing the DVD is what we're getting at. That's my guess. And then next is Blu-ray, which I guess is out of stock. Then is a poster. You got to get a $10 premium on the poster for 70. And I'm guessing that he believes that the House of a Thousand Corpses VHS is valuable. I have to think that this is his item. And, P.T. Barnum said there's a sucker born every minute. Maybe he feels like someone needs it. And VHS is back.
Yeah.
I, I threw my VHS in the trash. I mean, but it's back. He's out of Chop Top Blacklight posters. Mask 120, Lunchbox 100. Look, he probably doesn't get a great deal. He's probably paying for some of the stuff, but these prices are too high. And to be honest, this sign, at least it's held up with sturdy tape. This sign should say $60 autographs, $80 premium if that's something that he's married to, $20 add-on. Everything else, put a sticker on. This is too much. I'd keep on walking. And to be honest with you, I have some items signed by the late Sid Haig and Sherry Moon Zombie, and when I see these prices, I keep on walking. I
Hmm.
mean, this is this it's getting to be goddamn ridiculous. All right, let's see what other people are saying because it's not just us. Hey, Victor met Clayton Moore and John Hart. Victor, you're showing your age a little bit, but I met John Hart. I did not meet Clayton Moore. I wish I did. Um,
He was
all right,
doing
let's.
stuff. But what year did you move to Vegas?
I moved to Vegas on December 31st, 1999.
Oh man, yeah, he was doing all kinds of shows in
I've
the
seen a
mid
lot.
'90s at least.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh, Teenage Zombie would like to use your hair as a scarf. Your hair would make a nice scarf. I say, which do be you be? Let's see here. And all right, I'm trying to see here because there's some conversation. Yeah, how long will Marilyn Monroe stuff sell? And is George Burns worth anything? This is a good question, Jason. What is your opinion on this?
I think Maryland's going to stay forever,
Me
but
too.
Burn stuff, not so much.
I think it's over.
Yeah.
We like the idea that somebody's getting old. When I go to these conventions, I saw Joan Collins, Dame Joan Collins. Boy, did she have a line. Those autographs are not going to be worth anything.
Yeah.
Julie Newmar, who signs her entire life. I just can't imagine you're going to have that big of a value. You know, look, I'm all about getting things you like because if you get stuck with it, at least you like looking at it. I know you feel the same. I mean,
Yeah.
this picture of the cast of Vacation, which is right there. Uh, it's signed by everybody, but it's personalized. And so it's not going to have a resale value, but I love it. I love looking at it. I mean, it's something that I like to have. It wasn't cheap to acquire, but I'm happy that I have it. Okay, Valley Rat said 20. I'm thinking he thinks that's what uh, uh, $20 autograph sells itself. People are thinking that Bill Moseley is in the $20 range. Um, $90 Otis from the Devil's Night 90. I guess that's a movie he was in. See, Down is Up knows more about Bill Moseley than I do. Wubino says they should do a convention slash cruise. They do some of those type of things. The audience might be different. I'm starting to find, but they have a Star Trek one and a
Hmm.
Comic Con cruise, and he's in a number of horror films, chopped up. I don't know if that really matters, but look, maybe somebody's paying it, and people quoting Wednesday, and these young ladies seem to like Otis. Um, which is all right. Yeah, he sells the plates in his head. Okay. And let's see here. Valley Rat, that's offensive. No way to treat your fan base. It is a risk. If you do
Hmm.
things like that, you run the risk of turning people off. I think you'd rather make more fans.
Yeah.
And uh, um, Jeff said he started collecting autographs in the late 80s when most autographs I got were free. Well, now I got tons of free things. And also, when I went to the Hollywood show, autographs were $5 on a black and white photo and $10 on a color photo. I mean, and now there's no difference in the price of color and black and white, but that was a thing. And then you could go home with the cast of Three's Company, minus Ritter and Summers, but you could get Priscilla Barnes, Joyce DeWitt. You could get Audra Lindley and Norman Fell and Richard Klein. And that whole thing would cost you, Don Knotts, maybe $35. I mean, and now it would probably be worth 500.
Yeah. 400 or 500 for sure.
I probably have 30 or so personalized autographs from Jimmy Durante, Abbott and Costello, and Gene Krupa. I'm guessing no one wants 8 by 10s. They're hard to authenticate, but actually that's the opposite. And Jason, you and I had this talk the other day. I want to get autographs from some of the people that I've featured on my show. Dana Plato, Dana Hill. They're expensive. They're not cheap. Now, sometimes people will go, Well, why would anyone forge those? Well, that's why they forge them, because you wouldn't think of it. They prey on people's weakness. But when you see something that says, to Billy, it was great seeing you in Sacramento at the mall, chances are it's real. And the
Yeah,
more writing, the more you have to authenticate.
it's right now. I bought a huge collection. It was Johnny Cash albums. It was Donna Summer. It was Osmonds. We had Linda Ronstadt, but they were all personalized to an event manager for a
Hmm.
venue down here in Cincinnati. And I bought all of them knowing they're just guaranteed authentic. And so personalization definitely helps on that stuff. I, I'm cool with
On
that.
on older vintage stuff,
Hmm.
I think it helps. Now, sure, there's a lot of secretarial personalizations out there that happens too, but you can usually tell, and there's enough people who are collecting where there's forums and places that will tell you that signature is no good. And, and a lot of people even come clean. My favorite is that Noel Neal, who played Lois Lane on the Adventures of Superman TV show with George Reeves, was secretary to Tom Selleck, and she was signing the Tom Selleck autographs. So you didn't get an authentic Tom Selleck, but you did get an authentic Lois Lane. I mean, it's crazy. The other
That's
story is
wild.
that Janet Leigh used to sign Jamie Lee Curtis's fan mail for a while. You know,
Wow.
Janet Leigh is a legend. The crazy, crazy stuff. And by the way, I don't mean to, throw Bill Moseley or anyone else under the bus, because people, it is a business, and it just there's a way to run it that I think is better. Met Vincent Price in 1983. I mean, come on, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. You know,
I have a
Price
Vincent
had such
Price
a cool
check.
autograph too, where he'd do that sketch of himself.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, those are great.
Uh, Sold my Izzy Stradlin autograph years ago. Got 300 now. Yeah, Izzy Stradlin is a very sought after signature. Two postcards with Rob Zombie. Need to sell those. I think Rob Zombie has a little longer.
Yeah,
And if he makes a good movie, which is probably not a good chance, but if somehow he makes another good movie, you could be right back in it. I met William Daniels at the Hollywood show. I grew up with Mr. Feeney. Can't believe he's 99 years old and still signs at conventions. That's the example of, first of all, maybe a Knight Rider signature holds value.
yeah.
Maybe.
I
Get him
have
on
them
a
on my
card.
lunchbox.
Did you get him on your lunchbox?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah. I
essential.
mean, that's pretty cool. And look, at 99, how many more years does he have? That's just life. I like that he's still doing it. His wife is an actress also, and she's also up there in an advanced age. Georgia is here, a longtime channel member. Hi, Jason and Jason. I finally got here. Today is my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Georgia. And where are Wednesday and Sean? Well, Georgia, guess what? They are on their way to your house for a surprise birthday party. So put the key under the mat and get ready and put out snacks, because you know that Wednesday and Sean love a good snack. But in Wednesday's case, no hamburgers, no vegetables, no tacos, to name a few. Um, I meant the artists that they do unreasonable prices. Yes. No, I understood that. I did understand. Yeah, I agree. Um, and hey, Jason, big fan. Can I get a shout out? Hey, look at that. I don't think I've ever done a shout out. Tommy, thank you so much. What are you supposed to say in a shout out, Jason?
Hey Tommy, it's Jason from Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I'm your host, Jason Green.
Oh, right. Yeah, my catchphrase. You're like,
And
you could be
then
my secretary. Yeah, you
we,
could do my shout outs.
I already write Jason on everything.
That's true. We got that down. Jason, let's figure out what the hell is that clicking noise over there. There's every now and then there's a click over there, kind of like a gonk. If you're an Orson Welles fan, is there something? Is your chair clicking? Is your desk clicking? Is something?
Testing.
There's a click. I hear it. If not, it's okay. I can ignore it. I wrote to Art Carney photograph, and he sent me a sketch. Yeah. I wish I did that. I have a lot of Art Carney autographs. I'm not going to lie. I've got about 20. But I never asked for the sketch. And this selling world has sort of ruined it. Getting things like that. What will it take to get Wednesday to eat enchilada? I think it'd be tough. You
I
have to
don't
watch the
know.
new Fair video though when Sean gets it out. Uh, you may be surprised at some of it. A gonk. Does anyone else remember that? A gonk. Do you know that one, Jason?
No.
Played it on Stern all the time. Orson Welles is doing voiceovers, and they go, "Sir, can we take it again?" There was a gonk. He goes, "Oh, what?" There was a slight gonk. What is a gonk? And then he starts freaking out, and he goes, "Can I speak to Mrs. Rogers?" And now that I do voiceovers, while I'm recording the voiceovers, I just curse and I demand to see Mrs. Rogers, and then I go into full Casey Kasem, a goddamn death dedication. If we can't come out of these upbeat numbers, anyway, so somebody knows them. Okay, let's see. Happy birthday from one Leo to another Leo. We are in the Leo era. Back in the 90s, Elvira was signing for free when she was promoting her IMAX movie. I got a signed Polaroid with her, and the team provided the Polaroid all free. It used to be you did these things to promote. Now, Elvira's gotten really expensive too.
Yeah, I think she's what 100 now, 120 maybe.
It's in that range.
Yeah,
Um, let's see here.
I love the
Uh,
Polaroids though. Do you have many of the Polaroids?
I have
Like,
some.
okay,
Uh, oh, hold on a second. I'm preparing for ear surgery soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to hear you guys better by next week. Well, Chelsea, I hope so as well. And good luck on the ear surgery. They've made a lot of advances in modern medicine and technology. You have to say that. I mean, you might lose your hearing permanently, but it's better to be reassuring. I have Polaroids, and there was a time when me and my friends thought it was fun to go to the nudie bar and meet the most famous nudie celebrities and take Polaroids with them. I have those somewhere. I don't know where. I can't show them, um, but I mean, we met some legends. Legends. Uh, yeah, that was a good industry. Have you listened to Howard since he went one day a week? He has not gone to one day a week yet, and he takes the entire summer off. So he's actually not on at all. Some people say it's going to be 2 days a week. I don't know. I'll probably listen more. I don't think
yep.
I could listen 5 days a week anymore. I'm elderly.
I still listen 7 days a week. I just go back on YouTube every day and I'm just watching, whether it's high pitch Eric comps or Eric the actor compilations, and I'll just go. I'll watch probably 6 hours of Stern a day.
Well, you're definitely catching up for, years of missed entertainment.
Yeah.
The helicopter zombie from Dawn of the Dead at 78, the year of the movie, just passed. Rest in peace. I better send Sean condolences. And Wednesday, I met Linda Blair in 1985. I can't remember, but autograph was cheap and photo was free. Those days are long gone. Yeah, she is definitely an example. I remember meeting her at shows, and maybe you paid $20. Photos were always free. Not everybody had a cell phone. So you were rewarded if you were like me and you brought a camera and you had to, get it developed. Although there was a danger because sometimes things wouldn't come out or people would take a bad picture. I've had that happen many times. Yeah. Howard's the best. Really miss Crackhead Bob. I do have a photo with Crackhead Bob. We talked about this the other day. I have a photo with Gary the Conqueror. Is that what you have to call him now?
I
I
think
don't want to
so.
get canceled. Yeah. Gary the Conqueror. I have Fred the Elephant Boy. I think he's passed.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a photo of Nicole Bass, the world's strongest woman. Um, at the time, I didn't think these things mattered, but now I'm so excited. Uh, did anyone know that Elvira is a lesbian? Just found out. I was not. surprised. Her girlfriend used to sit with her at the conventions, and yeah, but I mean, I don't think in this day and age that's all that big a deal. Elliot Offen, I forgot about Elegant
So
Elliot
good.
Offen. That's a good one. Yeah. Um, let's see. Oh, Green Eyed Girl having a birthday on Monday the 10th. Well, a birthday shout out for you as well. I hope you have the greatest birthday and many more. And hey, look at this. This is Jackie Taylor. Jackie Taylor, come on down. New YouTube channel member. Thank you so much. This keeps the channel going, to be honest. I mean, it's like PBS, and it's made by members like you. I should be sending people canvas bags. Um, in my cemetery video, it's difficult. I'm filming 50 graves in a 100-degree humid day, and I'm trying to remember as much shit as I can. I went to Monty Hall's grave, and I said, "Come on down." As soon as I saw the footage, I go, "Oh, fuck. Come on down is The Price is Right, not Let's Make a Deal." But I go, who cares, right?
Yeah.
And in the world of YouTube, they call this engagement. And I go, well, son of a... And people love to comment. The world of YouTube, they run to comment. One guy got mad at my Jeff Hanneman video, and he said, Jeff Hanneman didn't write South of Heaven. Get your facts right. Tom Araya wrote it, right? So I said, perhaps it's you who should get your facts right. Tom Araya wrote the lyrics, but Jeff Hanneman wrote the music. I like South of Heaven. I knew damn well that that was his song, and I fact checked. It wasn't just some random shit off the top of my head. Hold on. Marked by Monsters. Gabba Gabba Hey. We accept you, one of us. Welcome to the show, Psycho Circus. Connie Sullivan says, tell Jason I love his hair. Well, I think you just told him.
Well, thank you,
him.
Connie.
He's trying out for the next generation of Doobie Brothers or Skinner.
Or Hanson.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little Hanson.
Victor's got great stories. Stood in line twice for Howard Stern book signings, 14 hours in 93, 95. I've never told my Howard Stern story, but I have a million, but I'll tell one now. One of those days, he said that they were going to Scores, and it was a cold, snowy day. And me and my friend said, we're going to Scores. And they closed it in the afternoon. It was so cold, we were hiding in the lobby of like an apartment building next to Scores. And when the time came, Ronnie pulled up the limo. You could always tell when Ronnie got the limo, shit was about to go down. At one point, Ronnie was getting a ticket, and we ran and told Ronnie. I should have told Ronnie the story in the bagel video, but and we saved him from getting a ticket. Anyway, Howard comes out, and the car's not there. This is what happened. Ronnie had to move the car because of the ticket thing. Howard comes out, the car's not there, and now Howard's a little cranky. And so me and one other friend approach Howard with our books, and Ralph, rest in peace. He was a jerk, though. He was not nice. Anyway, he tried to shoo us off and tell us that Howard was busy or he had to go, and Howard goes, "You idiot," to Ralph. He goes, they can see that there's no car here, and I'm just standing here. They're not gonna listen to you. And then he said, well, what do you guys want? And we've got pictures with Howard, and we got him to sign our books, and we got hey nows or whatever, everything. Somebody was wearing the OJ mask, one of his gang. Yeah. And only in New York could those things happen. This is... oh, look at this. Green Eyed Girl isn't fooling around. In honor of the birthday, she's gifting someone a membership. So somebody watching is getting a free membership. I mean, this is the day where, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Scores Man got a tattoo. It's one of my favorites. Scores Man got a tattoo. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. And topless. You're going to come down here and you're going to get topless. 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 when I went to the appearance that Ronnie did here at the bagel place, I was like a little scared, like to go up and video him, and I thought that people sort of set him up all the time on the show. But I think it turned out that Ronnie wanted it to be covered and talked about on the show. That's why he's doing the appearance. And my footage was the only footage that they had because no one came out to cover it, and it got talked about on the Stern Show, which was cool for me to have them talk about my video, which I can't remember the guy's name. He might have got laid off
I think he
uh,
did.
with everybody else. But anyway, they talked about my video, and it certainly helped promote it. And Ronnie couldn't have been cooler. And I will tell you, me and Michelle go to this bagel place all the time. And so the Ronnie appearance worked. It got us in, but we were sold on the bagels. And so at the end of the day, a Ronnie appearance means more than people think. And now
Yeah.
he's here in Vegas. So anyway, Mambo, I love it. Some. Do you know Mambo, Jason?
Mambo. That's a signature scent.
Yep, he was a Mambo man. So anyway, but the comments in YouTube, you've got to have a thick skin. I tell people, you want to get in the YouTube world, fine, but you better have a thick skin. Hold on. When you become a channel member, you get to let us know your time. Once a month, I believe, you get one of these shout outs. And Ned and Coco Speed Shop, 5 months. Thank you so much for 5 months of fun. And there's so much more fun to happen. The R&R Swami. I am diabetic also, and the heat and sun kick my ass. I don't know how to do these videos and not get sick. It is incredibly difficult. At some point, I'm going to release a video about functioning with diabetes while collecting and while filming videos in cemeteries. I do my best not to drop, it's very difficult. Sun and heat, even doing the show with lights. Anyway, I'm not here to complain. Arnold Ziffel of Green Acres. I went to the Jerry Springer book signing in Hollywood. Jerry. Chris Walding is the one that mentioned me. Thank you. What great. Everybody knows some. That's great. That's Yasmin. Thank you so much. It was Chris Walding. I don't know if he got cut yet.
I didn't think so.
Okay, now let's get back to, I got sidetracked. That's what happens. Let's look at some more prices of celebrities, and let's see if we think it's ridiculous. Debbie Dunning. That's a good one. I've seen Debbie Dunning at conventions, and she still looks pretty good. For those who don't know Debbie Dunning, she was the Tool Time girl on Home Improvement. All right, let's see what she charges. Well, what do you think she should charge?
I think she's a 40. If that.
I think she's a 40.
Yep.
And I think that I understand the photo a little bit because she dresses like the Tool Time girl.
Mm-hmm.
So if she's going to put on the tool belt and the little jean shorts, I could see charging something for it. Especially a lot of lonely people at these conventions. Let's take a look and see what Debbie Dunning is charging these days. Well, okay. An autograph is 8x10. On an 8x10 is 60. Now, that's the new racket. They're trying to kill the value of the 8x10. Now, what's funny is, and I'm glad you're here, Jason, it says fan personalization to your name, complimentary, included. And as soon as I read it, I knew that this is a CelebWorks client because they put this on all their signs. Complimentary. That is the biggest bullshit I've ever heard. That's like a resort tax. Oh, don't worry. We're going to cover your name so that you can't sell this thing. I mean, if anything, they should be encouraging. But that's complimentary. But if you want anything else, like let's say, there's nothing worse than a person who writes to Jason and signs their name. You should at least draw a heart or write best wishes, or like the old people used to write sincerely or best regards, warmest regards. No, if you want anything else. What is it?
Stars and Planets?
Stars and Planets. That's extra. Yeah. We'll talk about that too. But so If you want quotes, it's $20. Now that's not so bad for 6 words. I don't know if she had a famous quote. Maybe it's tool time or something like that. Um, Maybe it has to be within reason. But okay, so $60 is going to get you an 8x10 signed. I believe that's yours or hers. Now, if you want that photo op selfie, if you want to get near her and her tool belt, that's $60. Sounds a little high, but if you want the combo, which is the autograph and the selfie, then it's gonna cost you $100, which means she's saving you 20 and giving you a complimentary personalization. I would rather have a side of fries, but okay. Now, a signed hat is 60. I'm imagining she has a bunch of bullshit cowboy hats. Have you seen the hats?
No, I haven't. I didn't look
Yeah.
at.
A signed calendar is 80. Now, a calendar sounds worthless, but maybe she's in her skivvies and it's risque. Uh, Nothing more exciting than a. I mean, how old do you think Debbie Dunning is?
What, 60? Maybe?
I feel like she's got to be about 60. And by the
Maybe
way, I'm not
63?
knocking that. She's a good looking woman, and God bless anyone who can still be out there at 60. Her birthday was July 11th. Okay, so 80 sounds extreme. Now, a personal voice video message, $80. This is because of all those meta glasses people and all the people filming and trying to sneak questions. Now they're like, oh, yeah, you want to ask me questions? $80. I don't think you're going to make any money back on that, but you never know.
Mhm.
A signed script is $1,000. I'm imagining it's one of her personal scripts. I think it's high considering I bought Barney Miller scripts for $100 from Barney Miller himself. Signed jacket is 500. Maybe it's one she wore on the show. And now here's where it gets ridiculous. A hug, a hug is $20. Now, what kind of hug are we talking? I mean, do you think people come up and negotiate? Like, okay, I'm going to pay 20 for the hug, but like, is it going to be a two-handed hug? Is it going to be like when you kiss your grandma with a one-handed hug? How can I get my hands around your waist? Is that an extra 20?
That's 40. Yeah,
What
that's
if I
40.
buy 5 hugs for $100? What about like a rear end pat? I mean, you have to ask. Obviously, everything is about consent. Uh, but what if you go over and go, look, I'm looking for a quality hug. I grew up watching Home Improvement, and it was between you and Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and you're here and he's not. So I'd like to give you just a really big quality hug. And to make sure that my hug is quality, I'm going to buy a script for $1,000. Now the hug should be included, but I'm going to buy a $1,000 script. I'm going to buy 5 hugs, which makes it $1,100. I'm going to have her. I don't need any combos. I'll take a calendar, so I'm at 1180. I better take 4 stickers. That's 1,200. That's $1,200. I'll take the jacket. That's 17, and I'll take an 8x10. So I'm going to give Debbie Dunning. I had to read her name for a second to remember who she is. $1,760. What kind of? And then I'm going to say now, what kind of hug can I get for that? I think if you buy a few scripts, you could probably spoon with her on top of the table, with consent, obviously. What do we think in the chat? Does anyone think this is ridiculous? Horizontal hug, possibly. And I had you a gift membership. I'm not sure. We'll have to. Someone who's done it will have to explain it because I don't know, but I'm grateful for it. Now, Pamela Anderson. That's a hug, a tool girl acting bit doesn't justify those prices. Oh, you don't have to depress me. Marsha Brady, it turned 70 today.
Oh man.
Here's a good question. How much will Doug Bradley charge at Son of Monster Palooza? Doug Bradley is usually a value. Wouldn't you say, Jason?
Yeah, he's every time I see him, he lives in Pittsburgh, right? Somewhere around there,
I don't know.
because he's always doing East Coast shows, and I think he's what 50, and you get a photo with, so you get a
He does not
complimentary photo with.
he does not charge for pictures. It's included, it's complimentary, as you said, and it's not bad. And he'll write whatever you want, no additional charge. He's a nice guy, and it's an experience that you like having. And I will tell you that I bought more. I had him sign up a few things because how cool he was and how affordable he was. And I'm not a giant Hellraiser fan. I know you are. You are a Hellraiser collector, but that's what you want to do when you meet somebody. You want to have an experience. And he's a good one. So I don't. It's ridiculous. I guess the 8x10 at 50. You're talking about Debbie Dunning, of course. Um, Here's an interesting one. Marcia Brady. There's snow on the roof, but there's fire in the furnace. Never heard that one before, but
No,
yeah, 70. Oh, here it is. Uh, Pull it up, and there should be a sign that says membership giving. Well, I don't know, but it sounds good. Oh, go to the dollar sign in the bottom right. You guys will figure this out, but I appreciate it. Yes, Jenny, these lists are ridiculous, but wait, there's more. And some people don't like when you out these people. But and at the end of the day, Jason and I are both willing to pay for our favorite celebrities, and we have. But uh, at the same time, some people are ridiculous. Now, there's going to be a convention coming up in Florida. It's called the Mega Con. And at said convention, they are going to have a very rare appearance by, oh, I would say one of the most famous bands of all time. No, just kidding. It's Saving Abel. And Saving Abel had a song called Addicted. I liked that song. To my knowledge, Saving Abel does not have the original singer. So this is fake Saving Abel. Um, if you want a guitar signed, I believe you have to provide it, obviously. They'll do it for $140. How many do you think they're going to sell?
one. There's going to be one person that wants it, but consistently, every show they'll have one person.
I don't even think they get one, but maybe I'll go and report and let people know. But they are performing a concert and for a fee at the convention. How many people could go to this? I mean, this is a Peter Criss is the headliner. People are there because they like Kiss. I don't think that they want to. Um, and then the question also becomes, what would it cost to hug Saving Abel? Um,
Well, are we talking each member, or are we talking bulk
Group
deal?
hug, group hug.
Okay. If we're talking side hugs, maybe 30.
Yeah, I think so because
Cool with that.
hugging Debbie Dunning, I get, but hugging five dudes, and it should be like a bro hug though, like a manly hug. But yeah, $30 for a hug. Um, I would like to see somebody go up to these convention agents, like Sean Clark types. Sean doesn't sit there and negotiate the money though. He has people who do that, and then bring stupid items and try to get them appraised. Ace Frehley would have been the greatest because John Astronomy would sit there and literally, well, this is a this and this is a that, and let me check the serial number on this. But it would be great to bring a toaster oven and say, is this a premium item? Or wheel in a refrigerator. Just bring in stupid shit and get prices and waste these people's time. John right now is going, you son of a bitch, but anyway. No, thank you. People are having a fun time. Will I be at Midsummer Scream? I'd like to. I don't know. There's some good people, but I have been traveling like crazy, And then I'm working on some stuff that I can't talk about, but um, I'm working with some musicians, and I just got done advancing one of the greatest guitar players of all time. That's all I can say. But it's so strange how this industry works. One day you're slumming it in the Holiday Inn, and the next day you're advancing a legend. And then I was just also doing some advanced work for someone who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and is also a legend. And it's just crazy. And but for now, I keep it all under my hat, as they say. But anyway, but so I've been busy, and then also I have a lot of traveling coming up, so I'm not sure I can make it to everything. Still waiting for you to sell one of your Funko Pop Ace Fraileys. Well, listen, they have a price. They have a price, and at some point, when I got those signed, people ridiculed me. They lit me up in the comments, and they said, what a waste of money. No one should be charging for autographs. The usual. Well, what do you want Ace Frehley to do? He's not going to come to your house and sign for free. And he was $60 to sign. It's nothing. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's deceased. He's one of the most influential guitar players. And for an extra, I think it was $20, he would draw Stars and Planets. And then for another $20, he could do rocket ships. It was around that price range.
Yeah.
So I got a photo and I had him do both. And on my Funkos, I alternated. And on the photo, I said, now on this one, you had to talk loud. He couldn't hear. You're going to do Stars and Planets and a rocket ship. And he said, there's no room for rocket ships. And I said, you're paying him. You get that rocket ship on there.
You're on my time.
Yeah, I talked to him like Gene Simmons would, and he's like, oh, rocket ship. And he drew a rocket ship. Anyway, that stuff is worth money because not many people had him side window sketch Stars and Planets and rocket ships and draw the card. I mean, the card is on everything, but still, they're nice pieces. And so one day they're going to have a price. A wise man once said, everybody has a price. And he was right. Unfortunately, his sidekick Virgil, sometimes his price was too high. A lot of inside jokes in today's episode. But anyway, so look, one day some of them could be sold. I have stock. I didn't just get one. I've got stock. You got to stock me up. Can you imagine what their ask for cameos or the OF are? Well, maybe next week we'll look at Cameo and we'll try to guess what the prices that people are charging. I don't have a price yet on what I think things are worth, but obviously things are always up to negotiation. And one of the keys that I've learned to moving memorabilia is you never say a price. You say, well, what would you want to pay for it? And sometimes someone will say something higher than the number you're thinking. It's like playing guess which hand. And I'm thinking of a number, but you never know. For right now, they're sitting there. But for everybody who was thinking that I was crazy for investing $60, I think I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think Ace stuff will keep its value? Jason, what do you think?
I think so. I mean, he signed a lot consistently, but the good stuff, it's always going to hold its value. Whether it's a poster, whether it's a 3D item, weird Kiss memorabilia, people still want it. And it's always going to be, he's not signing anymore, so you might as well just get it and hold on to it.
I think that it'll hold the value for the most part. Listen, the time to sell was the day he died. That's when they went insane. Oh, hold on. Jordan the Lion is here. I am everybody knows my friend Jordan the Lion. Sell them before the Kiss maniacs age out. Maybe next week Jordan will join us. Maybe we'll have Jordan come in. But he has a point about Kiss maniacs aging out, but I feel like Kiss could survive forever. I think new generations will find it. I think the key was the day he passed was the day you got the most money for them. But I didn't care. I was going to sit on them. I didn't need the money. Um, but I think when the next member of Kiss dies, it's going to start to get serious.
Hmm.
Kiss fans also raise their kids with Kiss. So, I mean, Jason, you're 23 years old and you're an expert on Kiss.
Got a lot of Kiss, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's one of the few that it's cross generational. Like there's the Beatles stuff. A lot of people talk about how the Stones are one of the biggest bands, but working in records, I don't sell Stones records to young people. It's really weird. I think Stone stuff might age out a little bit, but Kiss will always hold.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you never know who's going to pass. You would think Peter is the oldest, and maybe he would, but you don't know that. But I will have sets of Funko Pops soon. All four Kiss members on Funko Pops, and the thing about Funko Pops is that even though I say it's dying, in 10 years or 20 years, if I'm still alive, knock on wood, people are going to be looking for it because just like Cabbage Patch Kids or every other retro toy, Munchie Cheese are back, Strawberry Shortcake is back.
Troll
Fun.
dolls,
Say it again.
troll dolls,
Troll dolls, yes,
those
troll
are big.
dolls. The other day we were in the toy store, Michelle and I said, "Look, they got Strawberry Shortcake mystery minis." And I said, "If they don't smell, what's the point?" And we stopped to smell all the boxes. We're not sure. It might have just smelled like dusty cardboard. But Funko will rise, and the old Funkos will increase in value. Some haven't lost value. My Ozzy Osbourne, which Sean told me he would have got signed for me every time, and I just never got around to it. I'm not good at asking for favors. I need to get better at asking for favors. But all right, let's see here. I'm trying to keep up in the Beanie Babies was a thing that a lot of people said, but the reason why Funko and Beanie Babies are not the same is Funko represents, as they say, there's a fan of everything. There's a fan of something. Somebody is going to be a collector of that item. I don't think I have any Funko Pops behind me, but I have a ton. There's some Karate Kid ones down there. But somebody who likes something will eventually want it and go, I had no idea they made that. That's what's going to happen with old Funko. The Ramones ones are insane. I mean, you can't even get them anymore, and they're incredibly expensive. And I have the Johnny, Dee Dee, and Joey. They didn't make a drummer, but there will be people who collect, and people who collect are completists, and they will want them. Even the Funko sodas, which are they're kind of worthless now. But I gotta tell you, I think it was a cool product. I'm going to show you one right now. Hold on. This is a Funko soda, and uh, and this is like basically done. It didn't really work. One of the problems was that they were leaving these open at Walmart, and people were cutting them open and stealing them, or checking to see if there was a chase. And so for a while, these things were like gambling, and everyone had an opening channel about it. Even I did some opening videos. But so you would pop the top of the can, and then you would look to see if you got the chase. And in this case, that's the common. So, but I like that they're numbered. They said they made 10,500, and the chase would be normally 1 out of 6. So this is what the regular creature looked like. This is what they would call a common. And then the chase that just dropped on the floor, slightly damaged. It was gold in this case. I don't. I mean, they call that a lazy chase because all they really did is change the color. But a lunatic like myself had to have both. And in fact, I bought cases of these. I have cases of Creature from the Black Lagoon Funko sodas in my collection. And the other thing is, this was an exclusive to a shop. A lot of people said, well, if you spend a certain amount of money with Funko, you can have exclusive. This was a Gemini Toys exclusive. Well, Gemini Toys went out of business. So whatever's out there is what's out there. But these were really fun to open. And I'm segueing, Jason, into new products
Yeah.
because there are a lot of new products. So the owner of Funko, the creator of Funko, was a guy named Mike Becker. It all started with the Bob's Big Boy head bobbler, and he made a bank, and it was a totally different world. And he rented space at Universal City Walk to sell this Funko, and he created the character Freddy Funko, and he would host events where he gave stuff away to everybody. And back then, you would get Funko Pops limited 1 out of 6, 1 out of 25. And those are still, there's a Freddy Funko dressed like a Ramon. That thing is worth so much money, and I want it, but it's pricey. But so then he left for a little while. He sold the company, and there was another guy. Then there was a guy named Mike Becker. He was in charge of, excuse me, Mike Becker was the original guy. Brian Mariotti was the next guy. And at some point, they both left Funko to set up their own things. Now, Brian Mariotti started a company called Thrill Joy. And these are called picks. And they're limited, 8,888. But there's a 1 in 6 chase, but there's also a super chase. And so the chase is the Wolf Man, and the super chase is an Invisible Man. Some people like this, and some people hate this. I think the chase should at least be the same character. But if you want to get the Invisible Man, it's going to be tough, which means people are going to buy 20 of these and put the common on eBay for less money because they just want to get rid of it. They got stuck with them, and then try to gouge you on this. And they're working on trade things and points. They're trying to get their company together. They have some really cool stuff. They have their own mascot. His name is Blue. I don't completely get it, but these are Michelle's. But there's only 5,000 of this one. And here's the thing. If you want the Frog Brothers, you have to get a super chase. And I mean, they could be in here right now. I don't know. That's for a future video. Now, while I knocked over my Han Solo toy while we were talking. I keep them here for moral support. So while Brian Mariotti started Thrill Joy, Mike Becker started a thing called Rocky Moto. And you have some of these right here.
Yeah.
They look like, what do you call that? Soup.
Ramen. Yeah.
Ramen, right. And inside there's toys. Now, it's very Japanese based, and one of the ideas is that you can get them in vending machines. Now, it looks like a cool figure, a lot of detail. And
But
you are a Godzilla collector.
yeah, I love this stuff. It's cool. I think they retail at what, like $18. So
Hmm.
you can buy a couple of them. You're cool. But what I don't like is that I like the packaging, but I think it kind of takes away from the actual collectible itself because they all have ramen.
Yeah,
They're holding soup.
I don't
I
like it.
don't know.
I
Nope.
like the figure, and maybe for one, maybe like a limited chase, eating the ramen would be one thing.
I
But
think so.
we're mature collectors. We don't want childish shit in our toys eating ramen, you know. But they have them in vending machines, and they license Snoopy and a lot of Japanese things, and maybe even K-pop, Korean, But it's huge. Now, Jason, I got to ask you. There's a new craze in the toy world, and it's these things called Nido. Are you up on this?
I have no idea.
Maybe someone younger in the chat is still watching. People are now collecting squishies. There and some of them are like little fruits, and but they're collecting and trading them. Like all they do, they're just squishy toys. I have the Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid stress ball right here, and given to me by Shawn Michaels, by the way. And this is a quality item. But these things that these people are selling is insane. And but they're collecting them and they're trading them, and then they make some of them this poop, they're squeezable poop. I don't get any of that stuff. I don't want to collect that. And then like I said, the Nido, it's like a squeezable Play-Doh, and then there's a glitter one. And people are losing their mind. That's Beanie Babies because it doesn't
Yeah.
have a, it's not a collectible. I wish somebody here could explain it, but it looks like it's all a bunch of old timers like us. Well, me. Um, I still have the King Kong 76 cups and popcorn bucket. I need those King Kong glasses, those fast food glasses. I'm seeing them in antique stores and toy stores. I like to collect those. I don't have a ton. I had them all when I was a kid. And then I like these. I got a lot of Christmas. I collect Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, and they made a lot of toys, and they're expensive. There's a toy store not too far from my house I went in, and they had tons and tons of stuff. Wait, and if Wednesday was here, we would have a million teenage kids who could tell us what these squishies are, but we probably lost them at Godzilla.
Is that the Lone Ranger?
The Lone Ranger, yeah, yeah. I think you should have like the Lone Ranger collectible museum. Yeah, what year did you say you were predicting?
Let's call it 40 years from now. So we're
It
at
was
what?
2070, I think you
66?
told me. I think, yeah,
Okay, 2070.
yeah. I won't be there, but um, what does this say? Ornaments are collectibles. I think you mean ornaments, I hope. And by the way, I have ornaments. This year there'll be a new Christmas ornament. So there
Awesome.
you go. Uh, let's see. I know what this. I I'm not sure what you're saying, Chelsea. Uh, he got a Steve Austin in the original box. I think he means a Funko, but it's fun to talk collecting. It's all about Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles are back. You know, although I don't know if they ever went away. Ninja Turtles has been a hot property.
Yeah.
I
My
don't collect.
whole life. Yeah.
I
I
don't.
got some cool Ninja Turtle stuff. Yeah. I
Uh,
got all kinds of. Yeah. Let's grab some.
yeah, I think So in the past weeks, we've been doing show and tell. Hey, look at that, a Shredder sketch. Nice.
Shredder sketch, Kevin Eastman.
Looks good too.
That's cool.
In the past few weeks, we've been doing this show and tell, and I asked Jason to pull out a few items, just a few random items from his collection, and to give you an idea, because you might be thinking, oh, he's just trying to be hip, posing like an old person, but no, he really has the mentality of an old person. Jason, show us some collectibles. Let's collect.
Okay. Well, first off, since it's a Brady's birthday, we have to celebrate it. So let's grab this one here. This is original art from Christopher Knight. Peter himself, have a sunshine day. That's as good as it gets,
That's pretty cool.
but not to be confused with the Barry Williams Cowabunga.
Whoa.
We got
Now,
the heavy hitters, heavy Brady
did you
hitters.
have to have a discussion about this?
No, I was all good. As long as it's
But I'm
Brady,
saying,
it's fine.
did they, is this something they offered or you had a request?
This was a request. So
And did they have to give you a special pricing for it?
no, it was all good. They just gave me standard pricing, so I was
Nice.
fine with that.
Pretty
Other,
cool.
I think you'd like this one. No one does these. Maybe we can do some waste some time ones. Carnival mirrors.
Oh, yeah. Hold
See,
on.
that's as good as it gets.
Oops. This is the closest thing I have to a Jason Green carnival mirror. But I mean, it's close. It just needs the frame, right?
We're getting there. Yeah.
It's funny that you even know what a carnival mirror is. You know, you used to have to throw a dart at a balloon, and then you had the chance at winning a poison, open up and say, a carnival mirror, at least in my time, or the Farrah
I,
poster.
I have some Cinderella ones somewhere. But those are cool.
Yeah, a lot of people like to show and tell. Yeah, you have reverse Benjamin Button's disease.
You could call it that.
Hmm.
And then, we were talking earlier about how like VHS. I don't get it, but I own it. So
Hmm.
these are kind of cool. This is the Fly High Michelle and New Thing tape that only came out in Japan
In the clamshell, yeah.
in the clamshell. So that's cool. I love Enough's Enough stuff. Anything Enough's Enough, I'm all in on. So
You have a big collection of Enough's Enough memorabilia.
I got everything from Donnie to Johnny. Come on, Jason.
Mhm.
We got.
Donnie to Johnny is all you need.
I think so, but I don't know. Chip did that Diamond Boy album. I kind of dug it. A lot of people didn't like it. I really liked it.
I stopped listening after Strength.
These are cool. I needed Johnny to sign these last time I saw him. This is the master tape and the Betamax tape for "There Goes My Heart," the Enough's Enough track.
Wow.
So we got those. Those, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 in existence. I really like that. And then just to finish up the Enough's Enough, this is the Animals promo crackers. So these were actual animal crackers.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
if you take them out,
Crackers
still
intact.
still in the bag. So that's pretty cool. That took me, I think, only 2 have popped up in the last like 5 years. I really like that one.
I think Ricky Parent enjoyed a little cracker every now and then. Yeah, people love the carnival mirrors. Someone's saying you'll never guess what they used them for. I think I could guess. I made up Juju bit figures of Jason, Sean, and Wednesday. They came out great. I don't know what a Juju bit figure is. If it's a voodoo thing, my shoulder's been killing me. Yeah, people are impressed with this stuff. So you don't know who Lee Majors is? He was married to Farrah Fawcett. Who doesn't know who Lee Majors is?
I was gonna do my Lee Majors poster tonight, but it's too big. It's it's him and Andre. It's him fighting Bigfoot. It's awesome. It's so cool. So that was
People got mad at me, Jason, in my cemetery video. Farrah Fawcett is buried with Ryan O'Neal, and a lot of people thought that they were on a reality show, but Farrah's ex-boyfriend says it's all fake, and she would not have wanted Ryan O'Neal in the grave with her, and it's very controversial. So in my video, I go, and her ex-husband Ryan O'Neal. Oh my God, these old biddies got so upset. They were never married. And I'm like, oh, who the fuck cares? Jesus. Go back to jacking off to your Farrah poster and leave me alone.
well, it was a good poster.
It was a great poster.
Great poster.
But of course we know who Lee Majors is. We both met him. He's the fall guy, and he's the $6 million man, and amongst other amazing things he's done in his life. But Colt Seaver. But yeah, people just get so mad at me and they want to correct everything. You go to a cemetery and try to talk about 50 dead people. Some of these people have been dead for 100 years. I'm looking at graves of they see that people were born in the 1800s. Most of these people were dead before I was born. And you want me to remember who Farrah Fawcett was married to? Oh my goodness. I'm too busy showing you the unmarked grave of George C. Scott. That's a big deal. Jason, I think you're going to like my next video because you're a fan of what they call outlaw country.
Yeah, big time.
And in my grave video, I show some outlaw country legends. And one is Johnny Paycheck. And
Very cool.
This guy was controversial. Oh my goodness, Johnny Paycheck was no joke. But George Jones is in this video, and Marty Robbins, and Jerry Reed, and then Tammy Wynette. Tammy Wynette was wild. This woman was the life of the party, and she was doing drugs through a catheter. Woo, that's intense. She was the real punk rocker. I mean, anyway, let's see. I'm just looking around, but um,
Yeah, I went to
have
go to
fun.
the bar where Johnny Paycheck had his altercation, and they bulldozed it. It doesn't
Oh,
exist.
I hate that.
Yeah, because it's about what, an hour and 15 from Cincinnati, so I could go, but it's not there.
One of the things about making these videos is I want to show people things before it's too late, before they're gone. And it happens. Things are going. Good thing about cemeteries is for the most part, people aren't going anywhere. Sometimes they do move graves or change things. Tammy Wynette was exhumed for an autopsy, and then they kicked her husband out from on top of her. You have to watch the video. There's a show on Showtime about Tammy and George. It's like Pam and Tommy about how crazy they were, George Jones. And so I got to watch this. But um, I'm getting lost in my thoughts here. Let's see here. What cracks me up is when people bitch about how modest the celebrity's grave is, claiming the family was cheap, but equally bitching about a big one like Al Jolson claimed, geesh, what an ego. Now, it's a great point. A lot of people are angry that people's graves are not fancy enough. And I should point out that in a Jewish cemetery and in a Catholic cemetery, especially the older ones, there's sort of rules about what could be the size of the plate. Um, Hollywood Forever, when it was rebuilt or rebought, it was purchased, they really want big statues and landmarks. They want to be the movie star place, the tourist place. People go to Hollywood Forever, Jason, and they work out. They do exercise classes on the lawn.
Yeah,
And
you
people
see,
have their kids like digging up grandma. It's crazy. I've never, they bring their pets. I've never seen anything like it. Um, and so that's becoming more of a thing. And so you got to remember the graves I'm showing you, like Bela Lugosi. Had Bela Lugosi died in the modern age, you would have the biggest Dracula statue, but this is what happens. I do think that at some point you will see families moving their family members to do cooler things. There's a guy who does graveyard videos. He does a lot of, there's a few of them, and they do good jobs, and they do a lot of videos about um, finding homes for these ashes. Some people were forgotten. And he does these fundraisers and he gets them into so that people can come visit. There's no part of me that's thinking that celebrity is their soul is there. No, I understand that it's a body or ashes, but there is something cool about being 6 feet from what's left of somebody who was a massive influence. And judging on the people who watch it, they seem to enjoy these videos. To thine own self be true. If you make bullshit videos just to get views, people well, they'll see it. They won't watch. You can't, not everyone should do everything, but I'm passionate. And if I get one view or I get 1 million views, I'm happy. Love the Steve Clark Def Leppard was my favorite band. Did you know, Jason, that Steve Clark died at 30 years old?
whoa,
It's
no.
insane. When I was a kid, I would have sworn he was an old man because when he died, I was probably, 14. So anyone who was 30 was an old man. I mean, I don't know. He also drank and did drugs so hard he looked old. But I try to talk about in that video what happened. He went to rehab. They told him he had to, and he met a heroin addict. Didn't help. He didn't end up doing heroin, but him and her ran off and did a lot of drugs. And it was pretty crazy. But I show the building that he died in. And anyway, I recommend people watch it. Yeah, they have movie nights at Hollywood Forever. I haven't gone to one yet, but um, you're getting a crypt, a tomb, or a regular tombstone. Yeah, I mean, I like the people who have a nice bench that you can sit and reflect. I sat on Gordon Jump's bench and I thought all about how he almost got Dudley in the bathtub. Yeah, he did actually. Let's see, looking up everything. In Mexico cemeteries, they must build a house for the dead. I like that. And there are other places that do these graves. I think it was alcohol poisoning. It was more than alcohol poisoning. I mean, that was what they said because but he had so much stuff in his system. When you find out someone dies and you read the post-mortem report, holy cow. What you, how do these people live with the amount of uppers and downers and things they were doing at the same time? Yeah, they have a great Dia de los Muertos event, which for my English-speaking fans is Day of the Dead. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, look, it's good to remember people. I think I'd like to be remembered. I would like people to sit on a bench and talk to me. You get what I'm saying. All right. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to so many thoughts, Jason, and this is your first time here in a while. You've been busy and doing other things. Let's take a look. I don't think I have any more price lists, but I mean those were pretty ridiculous. We did mention that Bootsy Collins is doing his first convention. Bootsy Collins of Parliament. Sometimes I'll mention a celebrity to Sean, and he'll go, "No way, they won't do well." I think Sean would say no, Bootsy Collins. I've mentioned names to Sean that are people who are multi-platinum bands, and he said no. There's other guests that Sean booked that I went, there's no way that guy's going to do well. And sometimes I've been right, and sometimes I've been wrong. Sean usually knows who's going to do well. But I think Bootsy Collins would be a hard pass. George Clinton, maybe. And George Clinton with Bootsy Collins, maybe now you have a package. The thing is, how much money are we bringing to one of these conventions? You know what I mean? Like, I used to bring $400 and go home with 50 things, or more.
Yeah.
Now, that could be 3 signatures.
Will be. Yeah.
You have to...
I think Bootsy's going to be an $80 autograph. Like, on a record, he'll be a $60, $70 pushing.
Do you think he's going to sit there a bit?
I think so. He likes to sketch too. He does a self-portrait on all of his stuff. But I got him at an in-store signing in Cincinnati probably 8 months ago, and he wasn't signing for anyone. He did an in-store where it was branded as an in-store signing, and he signed 5 albums that day. So I think he's been kind of planning this for a while, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it'll go well.
Always somebody trying to book everybody. I'm not joking. There's people right now who are, get me Saving Abel. People believe that anyone will make money, and it's not true. I've seen a lot of people sit around like Lonely Virgil, juggling the pen. It's an experiment, for sure. And I've booked guests, and I've had some do way better than I thought they would. I've always warned people that we don't know. Let's try and see what happens. Let's see here. I've never seen a famous person in a both. I don't know what that means. I would like to see Stone Cold Steve Austin or Nick Cage. Well, both of them are doing conventions, so you've got plenty of chances. Nicolas Cage is happy to overcharge. For me to spend $200-$300 on a signature, it has to be somebody who really meant something to me. And then I'll let them rip me off. But I feel like some of these people I can't do it. Michael Douglas is a prime example. I don't care.
Yeah.
He's not in anything that's that important to me. If he was $40, maybe. His starting price, which means an 8x10 table photo, is $299. It's too much. It's too much.
Well, Cage, how much was Cage when he did Indiana?
In that 250 range, 200 range to start, and then premium items. He has the whole chart, and Uh, Someone's saying that the guy who killed Versace is buried in a Catholic cemetery. You know, somebody commented about one of my videos, and it's funny is that people are so crazy. They think that they don't know what goes into making a video, but they were saying that it's owned by the Catholic, whatever the hell they call them, the diocese. I don't know. I'm not Catholic,
Don't ask me.
but the controversy about this cemetery was that they took money that was meant to maintain graves, and they used it in their trial against doing sexual things to young boys, and that's what they used the people's grave money for. So I think that that cemetery has bigger problems. I didn't mention it in the video out of respect. $400 for Kurt Russell. Maybe a strategy to less items. He will be sold out regardless. But there is that. You have to set a price, or you won't be able to, they won't get through it, you know. And it's also, what will people pay? Kurt Russell's getting a flat fee. The guy who pays Kurt Russell needs to make his money back. And there are lunatics out there who want him. You know, I mean, I'd like to get him. I don't, that's not in my budget. It's just not. And Kurt Russell's not one of my favorites. I'm a fan. Like Sean is, this is big, and Sean handles the thing and all these things, cast. So I get it. I like it. I wish I could afford it. I cannot. It is not in my budget. By the way, no one has signed up for a membership or super chatted in a long time. I'm just thinking about my budget. But if it was somebody, I don't know who are my heroes anymore because most of them are dead. If there's someone that you wanted, who would you pay big bucks for? Who's out there on your list?
Mine's getting to a point where it's like musicians. And now these musicians are starting to do shows where it's like you had Ozzy, you have Gene doing shows now, you have Paul doing the Kiss conventions. I don't know if I even have a top five now.
This is a good question that I was going to ask you. Do you remember your first celebrity autograph? His was Herbert Jefferson, Boomer, from
Yeah,
Battlestar Galactica, who we see all the time. Do you remember your first, Jason?
it was either Rigno or Noel Neal.
Those are good places to start. Yeah.
Yeah, Mid Ohio Con 2003. That's what it was.
Amazing.
I got the photo with. Don't worry.
Nice. You have to share that sometime. I I would say the first one was Mickey Mantle for me. My parents took me to a convention and had him sign a painting. My parents were like in tears. They were so excited to meet Mickey Mantle. I didn't know who he was. I was like 5 years old. Just thought he was an old drunk. But he was actually very nice at that appearance, and it was very cool. And we probably paid $25 for Mickey Mantle, you know. But he was very friendly. And then after that, I'd have to really think. My father got me Mark Hamill's autograph because he used to come into his store all the time. That was a big one. Star Wars was massive, and he wrote really cool inscriptions, and it didn't cost $500. So
I think Howard would be my number one. I
yeah.
would pay probably 600 to meet Howard. Do a photo with, do all that, but yeah, he's top.
I don't think he'll ever do it.
Nope.
I don't think he would ever do it. I think he's just too. That's the other problem when your heroes are reclusive. It's tough. Well, we would be great running a music con. Well, listen, this comes up all the time. It's what people tell me Wednesday all the time. You guys should make your own damn convention, and look, it's definitely something that could happen. Somebody else said their second autograph, Roy Scheider at the Whitney Museum. It's funny, I got Roy Scheider to sign in New York. I don't remember if it was the Whitney Museum, but I remember I got Madeline Kahn, Christopher Reeve, and Roy Scheider within 5 minutes of each other. Talk about a day at the office. And Harry Dean Stanton, that was a good one. He played LA until he was like 400 years old. Now, people have tried music cons. But the thing is, they don't always do well. People are, sometimes people have bigger thoughts of who's famous and who's not. And also people start trying to find has-been singers and things and charge more money than they're worth, or raising the price to the point where it's not affordable. Nobody's going to pay $80, $100 for some 80s nonsense on their albums. People who collect albums want their collection signed. So charge $40 and maybe you'll get 4 or 5 records. When you start pricing people out of the market, you're done. And people are seeing it. People are embarrassed. And then you have guys like Robert England who make the line go slow on purpose to make it look like they're Studio 54, and that there's always a line and there's always a demand, and they're going to talk to everybody. You're going to tell stories whether you like it or not. Now, I'm at the point in my life, I just want the autograph. I don't need the small talk.
Yep. Conveyor belt. Stan Lee was the best at it. Stan, he wouldn't even look up. He would just sign, and you were gone.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
okay with that. Yeah.
It's fine. Once in a blue moon, I met one of my heroes and I told him, and we had a brief exchange. But I'm definitely not the guy holding up the line with a chitter chatter. You know, in fact, when somebody asks me a question, I go, "Oh shit, I wasn't prepared to have a talk." Me and Michelle met Alice Cooper in Chicago. It was freezing out, but we went to this event and we thought he was gonna have a line around him. Nobody. Everyone was there for Terrifier, which I don't get, but whatever. And Alice is like striking up a conversation. I go, oh, I didn't prepare for this. You know, I can talk to anybody, but I wasn't prepared.
In terms like music people too, I would like to see Robin Zander do a show. I think he'd do kind of well.
He did one. He did Chiller or something one time. Yeah.
Really?
And I've heard his name come up in people who are going to do another one. So I do think it'll happen.
Okay.
I do think you will see it again. First signature is Dave Meniketti, and a full-on hug for free. Now, you know what a full-on hug means. I mean, this is not a sidearm tap on the back. She got an embrace, I think. That hug was probably so good she had to take the morning after pill, you know, just to be safe, because some huggers are really contacted, right, Green Eye Girl? Watch, it's going to say Green Eye Girl just canceled her membership. Anyway, yeah, it's fun to have these kind of conversations. Now, Jason and I, when we get on the phone, this is how we talk. You're just getting to be part of it. And that's the same for me and Sean and me and Wednesday as well. Pop culture is in our blood, and in a lot of ways keeps us young. You know what I mean? You're already young, but again, there's never a time when I go, do you know who? You know, like sometimes you got to talk to people and explain who Lee Majors is. Like I'd probably have to explain that to Michelle, I would think. But you, on the other hand, probably know more than I do. You know, like you don't think it's odd that there's a Mr. T Chia pet back here.
No, because we got, what do we got here? We got the Fonz motorcycle Migo, of course, signed. You got to have that. This is one of the rarest Migos too. So still in
what
box.
Did he write on? What is under the signature?
That was a partial date, and then he gave up. So
he was trying to remember the date.
Yeah, it has. It's missing the year, so maybe
I would say that's 7 of 7. That's what I would tell people. You know, most grown men, somewhere in their collection, have the Rowdy Roddy Piper's Pit playset.
Awesome.
And I fully planned on setting this up. And then I saw it and I couldn't do it. Being an inbox collector is very difficult. And at the same time, now I feel like I need to get another one. One to stock and one to rock. I never used the Creature from the Black Lagoon bubbles, though.
Those are cool. Who made those? Was that Super 7?
Super 7, I think, yeah, yep. I don't have the full set. I have the Creature, I have Frankenstein, and I have the bride of Frankenstein. Since Wednesday's not here for a minute, maybe I should give out my P.O. box. And I sure would like if you people sent me Super Soakers or whatever the fuck it's called. I could use Wednesday is gonna have for his birthday. And by the way, I'll tell you, he might be watching. I don't know what to get him for his birthday. What do you get the man who has everything or has asked for everything? The people watching have gotten him more than I could get him, and then he got me a nice birthday present. That screws up everything.
Yeah.
He gave me a nice jacket. I'll be wearing it on the show soon. And look at this. I'm not the only one. Micah's twisted. Jesus, read that, would you?
I couldn't open my Piper set either. That was Micah's Twisted Tattoo Company.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
There we go. Yep.
Help an old man now. But yeah, I want to get a second one. If anyone wants to send me one. The problem is when you just generically say, send me stuff, you might get things that you don't want. I try to tell people what I'm into. I'm very much into wax packs. Really, really, really into wax packs. I'm watching videos of people getting wax packs graded. Did you know you can grade a pack of cards?
No way.
They'll encapsulate a pack of cards, but this is the Threes Company cards and stickers. Now, I think when they grade it, the piece of gum has to be intact. These fucking things are from 1978. The gum's not intact. And Joyce DeWitt, as you saw on my channel, when she opened them, she said the gum's no good. You don't want to chew that. You could send away for a ring pop, though. But, like, this pack is not going to grade high. You know what I mean? Now, they grade it for 1978. Now, I have a whole box right here. I'll be honest with you, I have 2 boxes, maybe more. And I could go through and do it, and who knows? But I'm going to start opening packs on the channel, and then people can, and then I'll see, maybe, I thought it'd be funny to open a pack of these cards and send them all to get graded, and then let's see what the grading comes back as. I've seen Gem Mint 10 Mr. Roper stickers, so it happens. Some people probably have no idea what we're talking about. Others, they're going to go out and start collecting. But yeah, wax packs is my thing because I had them as a kid. I went into the Optimo cigar shop in Manhattan and would, I don't know how much these cost at the time. Oh, 20 cents, it says on the box. And, I'd be, I'm going to get 2, and count out my pennies, and the guy would choose. And so anyway, I'm definitely looking for more. So take my P.O. box.
Yeah, my box is signed and sealed.
I have a signed box, but I don't think I have a sealed box.
Oh, man.
I have the box that she used, though, in the video. That if you saw it, she picked it up and she shook it around to get. She probably cracked every piece of gum. She probably cracked every piece of gum. Now, look, this is a controversial statement, Valley Cat Rat. I forget about that. I like Mr. Furley better than Mr. Roper, too. What do you think?
I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
I mean, look, Roper's great, and a lot of people like that, but I grew up on the Furley era, and, he was funny. Any update on the Monaco rookie trading card? Yeah, I got to get to work on that. I want to do trading cards of people who've appeared on the shows, and you can get limited edition. The Ryder B rookie card is going to be hot. Have you seen Ryder B? He's a superstar.
It's crazy.
It's a miracle I can even get him to come back on the show. He's he probably only watches when Wednesday and Sean are on, even though he said I'm his favorite host. But he was in the Marilyn Manson music video. It's a star. And he was on the Tonight Show. I mean, how crazy is that? Oh, I'm sorry. Words of Wisdoms. Warning, never fry bacon in the nude. Thank you, Cosmic Sunbeams. We learned a little something today. Yes, and the not Michelle brings us up all the time. We got to get the "That's Not Right" T-shirts. I shut my store down for a temporary break. It's going to relaunch around Christmas, um, and it's going to be a full holiday soiree, if you will. Jason, do you promote any of your social media or anything, or do you not want people in your life?
I mean, it's fine. I'm on Instagram as Stacks, the letter N, and then Wax. Staxnwax. And
Stacks
also,
and wax. Yeah,
yep. And then I
okay.
got a YouTube channel starting up too of the exact same name. It's a lot of collectible focus. More, I'll go to some graves. I'll do some stuff like that. Do conventions, autographs, all that good stuff. But
So
that's the plan.
you heard it here first, and there's going to be a lot of things to check out in the upcoming future. Last time, Jason, you had a lot of women sliding into your DMs. People were going insane.
It's
It
true.
never
Just like
ends.
Beatlemania.
It was Beatlemania. Yeah, it was crazy. Um, anyway, well, we've talked about so much. I don't. Well, we got the clock on the old clubhouse wall says we have 5 more minutes. Jason, I hope you'll come back and we'll do this some more. I think that people are interested. People in the chat can let us know what they'd like to see. We didn't even get into your record collection. Is that Enough's Enough vinyl box set behind you?
Yeah, I got the box set. We got. Oh, these are cool. These are the. This is the Johnny era. This is the test pressing of Paraphernalia. So I think
Wow.
what only 10, 15 of those exist, and then this is the test pressing for animals. So those are cool. I think only
Mhm.
10 of those exist. So
What is the box set? I never knew they made a box set.
yeah, they did a box set. I got all the sleeves signed, so I think it's empty, but it's pretty cool. It comes with that booklet, and then you can get some good. Oh, here, there's a few LPs left. You got that's an exclusive shot,
Yeah, I've never seen that.
and then that's a cool one too. But
This is
yeah, it's
wild.
just it's outtakes. It's really weird. It's whether it's demos or like basement stuff, but it's just cool. It's one that if you're an Enough's Enough fan, it's worth having. But
You need to book Donnie V to appear at your record shop.
I know he's what 3 hours away. One of these days.
Yeah, I think you need it. Okay, uh, don't get him started on his balls. Yes, there I will have brand new Christmas balls. We can vote on the color. Am I going to do a 24-hour show this Christmas? Not 24 hours. I will do a special as I always do, but I don't think I'll ever do a 24-hour show again. That was took a toll on my health, mental and physical, and so I don't think I'm going to do that again. Rod Campbell enjoyed it. Good show. Thank you so much. Question: any new rock band recommendations? Recently started listening to DAZR. Jason is the worst person to ask. But he work in a record industry. Can you recommend a new band?
There's I'm really into this band called Foxy Shazam. They've been around probably about 15 years now. People
I've
mostly
heard of
know that.
that.
I think they were in Peacemaker or something like that.
I think
But
I've seen them somewhere in my travels.
I really like them. But outside of that, that's all I'm hip to. And the Lemon Twigs. The Lemon Twigs
Hmm.
are awesome. They're kind of
Heard
like
of
a
that.
raspberries meets, it's very Beach Boys esque. But
Everything else he recommends is pre 1975.
that's true.
Well, I
There's
think
this.
next week I'll read the list of channel members and who is the longest because I don't know how many people. I want to let everyone know to tune in so they can see because it's been so great. And I thank all the people who became new channel members today to keep this channel going. To today, Steve Clark video came out. Was up all night working on that. Friday, you're going to see Nashville Cemetery and And it goes on and on and on. The goal is to eventually have videos up every day, Monday through Friday. I'm grateful for all the new people who watch, and they allow me to do nothing for a living. I haven't had a real job in 25 years, 26 years. Last job I had, I was desperate. I needed money to get a flight home. I worked door at a strip club. Never told this story. And you had to go get like this certification thing, but I didn't have the money to get it, and I didn't want to get it. And they said, if the cops come and you don't have this, you're in trouble. And one day the cops showed up. So I just walked away, went home. But I've enjoyed, after years of battling depression, anxiety, panic disorder, amongst other things, not trying to make people feel bad for me, I've surrounded myself in fun, and to be able to make a living doing this. Wednesday is also a great example of it. Wednesday was just a kid in a trailer or whatever they call it, something wide, and he never had a hamburger. Now he's touring the world and still never had a hamburger. But this land that we're in, and you're in it too, surrounding ourselves with outdated things, and just it makes life so much more peaceful. A Deadhead Dave is also giving out a membership, so someone else is getting a few Alzheimer's. Someone's getting a free membership. Jason, has anyone said to you, you look like a young version of Zach Wilde? They're talking to you.
I've gotten that a few times. Yeah.
He definitely does have that. He definitely has that quality. Anyway, so that's what's going on. I thank everybody for watching. Become a channel member, subscribe. There's Patron. There's all kinds of ways to support the channel. And look, if you don't have the dough, like me outside the strip club, all you got to do is subscribe. That's it. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free, and that is always nice too. Again, if you want to check out Jason, he's going to be on YouTube very soon. It's called Stacks and Wax.
Yep.
And he's also on the gram, as the kids call it. I am not. It's called Stacks and Wax. Anyway, it's been a fun conversation, and I look forward to doing it again. You'll be back very soon.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. Check out Wednesday 13 on tour, by the way, and also Malfunction on Sean Clark's channel. All good stuff. And Jordan the Lion. I'm glad Jordan hung out. And thank you for watching.
Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true.